Okay? Una all kushe, una kabo, una good afternoon, una thank you for una join with today for the Wẹll Bɔdi Bεttεh Gentri program, where the Salon organization of Greater Manchester, na in the bring and come to una. Me, I'm una host, I'm name Timo John Fuller. Today, now we 16th session, and today we'll talk about menopause. The last time we'll be about menopause, but we look at from the physiological perspective. Today, we'll look at from the mental health and psychological aspect. And today, now we own Auntie Sisibugi, and I go present to we today. As soon as see for more to look now, the moment when I go see not to Sisibugi no more day na the team, we get other people them. So I will go quick and introduce everybody, then we go begin. Okay. Okay, with the laptop decide for work. There we go. Like I've been saying, and the Salon organization of the Manchester, and they bring this program to we, and we already do this program. Nobody know they get paid. In fact, now we they give even out of real pocket, apart from my expertise, also out of real pocket. Now we they give. The reason we could bring this that for benefit with people, and I make could bring account on in Krio, dear with a big. We know they also for replace on our doctors or on our physician them. We only they also for give on our general advice. So tomorrow, when I see something they happen to una, when I go know when for go to doctor or when maybe for use home remedies for sorting myself out. And also when you go sit up before doctor, which they explain to you, you be able to understand them because I will try for break and down into a way everybody be able to understand. So they are a big una continue for follow waiting on a GP them or a physician and they tell them. Okay. Okay, the car they say no more. Now the team not to me one day, then not to see you one day. I will show the other people the way they are the team. We get Dr. KAMARA, when a senior consultant in emergency medicine at Greater Manchester, UK. And now also we group lead. You know, say anything you do in our life, you get to forget somebody when they are back, somebody will lead. Okay, so now Dr. KAMARA, now we group lead. Okay. Then on the team, we also get Miss Rugia to KAMARA when I present to it today. A mental health nurse and a health visitor. So now we see I'm a lot today. We'll talk to now a lot about stuff that we pertain into mental health and psychological issues when it comes to menopause. Okay. So if I get any question, I ask. All right. Also, we get Mr. Ibrahim Sise when I qualify social worker and also a mental health advocate. Interviewed at the panel today. Then we get Miss Fatima Kuruma today with me at the panel. Now we nutritionists in area of specialty. Now we own type food. We black man, we own type food they will eat. And specialty, we will talk to me about how you eat food, how you make sure you maintain a healthy diet. Okay. And the next person is Miss Aminata Jallo for multi understanding for day with people join me today, but maybe it might come on, for half a period. But if it come on, I will make una know say day with we. Area of expertise, now clinical pharmacist, now I'm going to give you advice regarding medication, how to take medicine and stuff like that, and how to treat medicine. And we get we own mi palavamate, mi Shaka, who is a mental health nurse and a social worker. He said at the panel today, if I get any question, even if you're not pertaining to the subject today, but if you're pertaining to mental health or any other issue, we will able to try for help. If that's on to a personal, I can send them to the inbox. I will share the inbox at the end. Okay. And we also get Mrs. Fatmata KAMARA, who is a mental health nurse, but in our day with we today. Okay. And also we get Miss Dr. Aziza Sise. We can normally do with me, but we talked to me. I talked to her yesterday. She said, "I'll do with you today, but maybe it might join me half." Okay, but most likely not going to do with you. Also, we get Dr. Mohammed Tui. We said can do with one thing, but today another for do with me. Okay. Then the last one on the list, now myself, like I said, I'm in Timo John Fuller, being a business IT consultant. Me go now not to forgive medical advice. Myself now no more way they watch the viewers them. I just didn't ask for land, but main goal for make sure I get the team all the support where they need for them to be successful. Okay. So without further ado, I will pass on to Sisigu give for let present. But please, at the big, and they can't mute everybody. The reason why they mute everybody is for that will give the presenter time for them able to explain in subject. When you don't we do not time for them to ask questions. We will try our best to answer our questions. If we don't answer, we will take the questions away and we will try to find a way for contact you back and give you answer. Okay. So, Sisigugi, whenever you're ready, make a note, then we will start.
When I thank you for joining me this afternoon, this morning, this evening,
don't go wrong.
This night, day. We're grateful for our support and for our attendance. All man busy weekend, but clearly, this thing now for we all will do them. We self way to do with the land, and obviously we able for pass the knowledge to now, and we will do them now for do them the language we will also be with a Krio. So I don't think any other person or any other group they will do them. Now make you fine for let we able for appreciate what you do. 2 weeks ago, we talked about this big subject where Boku people and no want for talk about. We people and they talk about but not real topic, not real problem. If we not handle them in time, it can cause problems in the family, and at the same time, it can cause problem, the whole of the place, the community inside people and they. Because some people and they know say this thing they happen, but they never know say then they go through them and that's it. Now make it important for make we know what team menopause they about. The 2 weeks ago, me talk about the menopause from the medical side. Now today, Ms. KAMARA they talk about the menopause from the mental health side and the psychological side. This one for do with the mind, the way we people and they go through them. We mama them, we auntie them, we cousin them, we sister them. How did they go through this thing and how will they affect not only himself but the whole of the family, including the pikin that we born, including the man that owes, including the family, papa, mama, and all that. Now make it important for make we know about this. As we know, every woman they go through this journey now in life, and believe you me, man themselves they go through them, but of course we could talk about the man them at a special time where we all gonna say and attend that for talk about that. But because we don't talk about the woman side, we talk about the medical side, the Bεttεh we talk about the psychological, the mental health side of things. I make we do this today. So Ms. KAMARA, I think a mental health person, you go look after that. But I just want to give you a quick review, or just recap and go back to waiting we've been talking about 2 weeks ago. And then they get for do with the menopause. And the menopause, as we know, every woman they go through them. And from the age of 38, or I would say for example 35, then definitely for begin see some changes in their life. Now, the end changes then no woman no they were exempt from them. So woman you go see them young quicker, begin experience a bit earlier than somebody else. But between the ages of 35 to 40, then for begin experience the change. And that change the period that will begin get less, the period that will be less frequent. You know, go get them as I been the get them, so every month. And then and the other one, then sometimes instead of it be heavy, it could be light. But this not the way they happen not to want it no more. They happen gradually. Now small till you reach that age of 40, 45. So we divide the period to perimenopause, the menopause itself, and the post-menopause. Now, perimenopause, now where the team begin around the age of 35 to 40. By the time they reach 44, 45, definitely the menopause will begin coming now slowly but surely. With the menopause, as I say, it affects all the part of the body, from the top to the bottom. The hair, where the woman can take for actually attract a man, them go begin get thin and it go begin drop. The body, in size go begin increase because we can do that monthly turnover, that monthly cycle where they get, where they control that, no day again. So the ovaries, the way they produce the egg, the no day again, clearly because of that, go good for born, like I been the born, go good for take picking, get belly, like I been the get belly. You no go actually get any interest in anything for do with mama and papa business, it go affect the heart. Some women they are tending and go get all the heart condition and then get the blood pressure go up. The bone them become weak. So some women if you for them way be younger, it go protect yourself. But now if you for them, it can easily for break the hip or it broke the wrist. Now if that happened clearly, then therefore look into them as well. The bobby, we instead being days until they high up, you go don't begin go down and for down, you know. So all that thing that they happen, of course, the bladder, because of the picking the way they carry, when they get the bladder, so we have people in the bonds until 6, 10, 12, like my granny inborn 12, you know, definitely. That thing that they can cause problem because it became them too big, they can cause problem later on because the muscle them not as strong as them in day. Because of that, they will begin experience accident them. So then they just feel for go wet no more for go pass water, knowing that they begin wet themselves, you know, and what they call incontinence, urine incontinence, you know. So then they that incontinence, now infection can cause them, or it can make the infection can make them worse. All that thing when they begin happen, you know, the period maybe they come like how then they come. You know, they get time every month and they come until after 2 months, after 3 months, you know, definitely. Then they for begin to this and so Omar now, from the psychological side of things, it been there some time he get anxiety problems, you know, sometimes the anxiety at the court and you know, he get mental health problems. So when he come out to the menopause, then problem they get worse than how they've been there before. So if you see small thing, mama begin vex or auntie begin vex or uncle begin vex, cousin begin vex, we you know, they do that. Small thing, wait until you go say, what do you think this person the vex? So at the age of 35 to 40, they can think about say, something they happen. Especially if you get mental health problem. So all them things nothing the way they happen, and I know one for delay, waiting Miss Rugi want to talk about, but clearly menopause, nothing where every woman get for go through. So man will begin sooner, some man will begin later. But between the ages of 35 and 58, definitely every woman will get for go through menopause. And when you go through menopause, remember, na family issue, not to just the woman no more. The picking them, the immediate family, the distant family, the doctor they were involved, the nurse they were involved, and that they all get for be affected by this thing, you know. And as I say, we get the added group now, when at the man and man, woman and woman, and man and woman, they go. All that thing that they got for take into consideration when they talk about menopause. So, but as I say, 3 stages. Perimenopause, the one where they begin before 9 they lead to the menopause. Menopause, that the proper effects itself, where they happen, where person, not they see the period again, you not go for take belay again as it been the one for, and clearly not go get for born, you know. And then, of course, the post-menopause, after all things don't happen. So, the menopause itself can last up to 12 years in some people, but on average, now 4 years it can take. Whether the sweat boku, whether the loss in here, whether the bobby they go, you know, a bit weaker, then the weight begin hard, you know, then the begin get accident with the urine, you know, and obviously begin get dryness down below that the private area, cause problem with, you know, the need for deal with man, you know, all the things that they, nothing the way for looking to. But I think today on, Miss Rugia to go look at the mental health side because now it's very important for let people know what thing that they're about. So I no go delay, I go left and to around, but if I want me for answer any questions after that, then by all means, please when I ask the question there, and I go answer as best as possible. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. KAMARA, because sorry, first of all man, for, you know, normal technology, sometimes the panic. Well, thank you, Dr. KAMARA. The overview we don't give about the menopause, very, very important. I know say sometimes part of not to just Africa, because I'm telling I don't think for say, oh, now people in Africa no more and then they talk about the menopause, but people in the self woman then so not to all men they talk about the menopause, not to all men know about the menopause. Now workplace they need to talk about the menopause. The man themselves, if you ask some man, they don't know what's at the menopause. They know if you ask them, they're not going to know nothing, and sometimes they embarrassing. They're not going to even talk about it. But not to just the physical side. The Dr. KAMARA don't say all waiting they happen at your body, but now waiting they happen at your mind. Self where the menopause they come, as Dr. KAMARA say, the menopause they begin from 40, age 40, you don't begin for see symptoms, but you know the thing for say na symptoms, then signs them for saying that the menopause they come because you think for say you're still young. So the effect of the when mental health they get inside during the menopause or even before the menopause, as we all they approach middle age, as we they get older, we all menopause can cause for like we get stress, anxiety, and with the afraid. And the fear with the fear now because we they think for say, oh, now all we they can't also. Oh, I'm not going for born picking them again. Oh, maybe nobody no go want me again, right? And obviously Dr. KAMARA don't talk about the chemical them where they the body, woman body, where they reduce during that 10 day where they go through the menopause. And that menopause, that then chemical, then they will reduce, then they cause, again, like Dr. KAMARA say, hot flush, sweating, and other menopause symptoms. Obviously, 2 weeks ago, Dr. KAMARA gets about 34 different symptoms where they happen, where you get the menopause. A lot of women, them, not all you they go through. So the woman then go through some, so woman then go through some. Some go get them bad, some not go get them bad, some go get them no more. Just they're able for sort of manage other people them, so women are not go able. And sometimes again, as we say, as we get older, as we begin and they grow up, if we get possible get for look after our house where they get instead of don't old, maybe you get your parents there, you get for look after your parents them. All that one day, now for just imagine all the stress where you get, where all the things that they happen, right? And the changes, they bring a lot of changes. And sometimes then at the mental health. So if we think about some people and they not get mental health problem at all, but when it comes to the menopause, something they happen to the way that they feel for say, now craze are the craze or waiting they happen to me. You understand? Whether they this fear where they come by you, this thing where they feel for them for say no mortality for say you now die, you can't die, or something they happen to you, right? Sorry. And so woman then they feel very, very isolated, especially when they not get nobody for talk to, where people and then they talk about the menopause. So who they go talk to now? Then if you think about now Africa, imagine where woman don't reach that age day, then it begin for the feel them feeling and they no matter. I nothing say where the period don't stop. That one they not to the problem. I think now just them feeling then they whether estrogen don't have per you, don't the depleted per you, or where they small part now the body. Where they bring all them feeling then yeah so imagine somebody in Africa. So imagine woman of Africa, woman a salon, where no nothing when they talk when they talk about the things then they're not of a sudden they begin feel like in body they wampara all the time, if they sweat per smack, if they in mind tell like they craze, for talk to nobody. Then in attitude don't change around the people already around them. Then people end up with the feel for say, what's wrong with this woman at this age? Where it be small, not to say, they look at how it don't change. When person talk to herself now vex, it vex. But nobody don't know. Instead, sometimes they don't know what make it happen to and so. So now that time then I go begin for say, oh, sometimes na do them do me, or sometimes na more man they don't go to me, or sometimes that person they want to do something to that day, sometimes na this swear na ain't father me. All this stuff then they now because when we they get older. Where do you get the menopause? Where they reach that point today, things then they happen. Yes, so self, it happen to white man, it happen to black man, it happen to everybody, right? So some people then they feel isolated, they feel frustrated, and people then sometimes people are not going to understand. Just like how they say, sometimes people are not going to understand what they go through, and they not get the support. Africa, I don't think say we get the support. Yes, so self will not get the support. Let alone think about some people when they know when they dinner host and they go through all of that one day. All of that menopause symptoms, and they're not getting nobody for talk to now host, and not getting nobody where you can. At least just give them a cuddle for saying, everything will be all right. That one they all frustrating for person. So people and the menopause they make it, then they develop either anxiety or depression. Now, I will go understand the signs of the symptoms of depression. Now, my colleague Isaac have been talk a few weeks back about depression. For say, if you feel sad just once in a while, we all get them they can get them feeling then they where something they go right for you, or where something happen, you go feel sad. But if they're feeling they continuously they go on and on and on. You cry all the time, you feel hopeless, like Salon, they suffer say, I feel bad, I know they feel good, you feel empty. Maybe na symptoms of, or na sign and say, maybe you get depression. Other sign them back go show say, maybe as I say, when you act one all the time, you frustrated, you vex quick, things that will not be do to that day, or you anxious all the time. You feel for say something get for happy, even though nothing not get for happy, but inside your mind, that's no more constantly. Sometimes you're not able for sit down, you're not able for team up. Sometimes you just keep quiet no more to yourself. Sometimes you feel guilty or you feel worthless. But then things are all na symptoms or signs of depression. Okay. Now, if sometimes you can lose interest, since the way they enjoy it, they need to do them again, you need to concentrate. And all you know, they for sleep better, you know, get energy, or they feel pain that your body will not know side the pain they come or why they feel that pain. They not for them, nobody not knock you, but they feel pain. Now because the tension don't deper you so much that because you get this anxiety, depression per you know your body they act per you, and sometimes you know even for itself they for it. So how would you understand the risk of depression and mental health? So as the menopause they come per week and the hormone and they change, they affect you physically and emotionally. So 10 days, because of the estrogen don't come down, that chemical don't come down per week, then go diagnose person or say they get depression or mental health. And what make I say other mental health problem? Because if you imagine, if we all think about say other people and they will get mental health problem already, schizophrenia, schizophrenia, bipolar affective disorder, and other mental health problem them. Then combined with waiting and they follow the menopause come, imagine that in a double whammy. Some people and they, certain that time the depression with them, certain they don't forget for years and years, that time they come even more. Some people and they with the mental health problem, certain the mental health they come more and more. I pass I in there because
so you there for PTR, please.
Because of the menopause. So that one they all nothing for look out for. So if person gets mental health problem already, then they near that age there for menopause, imagine how them go to feel. Imagine say if na person get schizophrenia where they hear your voice, you don't begin feel all them things so. Then you don't begin sick the mental health, then the menopause come back pant up. Imagine how that person they go through. And sometimes there's some people and they even for just they get negative feeling all the time, that they afraid they get this thing in their mind for say something get for happen. So they don't want for talk about the menopause, even when they know because they know for say sometimes they don't read about them, sometimes they don't see them people and don't go through they know for say where it come, na time for where some for some people they see and say at the end of their life, really, because now waiting self say now older they can't begin, then they can't old. So again, we all the work, we all get picking them. You imagine they go through the menopause, then you get stress now work, you get stress with the relationship, you get stress with the picking them. You know, sometimes you're not happy now work, sometimes you day, you know one for day, and sometimes you get money problem. You feel low, you get low self-esteem, you become anxious, and if you not get people who they support you around or other things them, or you're not able for exercise, or you just smoke or drink, then they just they make the symptoms and the signs them of menopause, all the problem where they make a pass mark. So that thing they all now for look into them where if possible they go through So how then they treat depression or mental illness during the menopause? Like any other sickness, they go treat them the same, because because if we think about some people and they get high blood pressure, if in a long-term condition, they go must get depression, maybe they go get depression or anxiety. So then the doctor go sort of advise for like you get lifestyle change, then go suggest medication, then go suggest therapy, or then go suggest medication and therapy together, like CBT. That's not this part of the world. Other side of the world, where then things that they know they now a lot of support now that person they go need, right? So but before the doctor before the GP go do anything for tell you for say you na menopause you don't get, or na the menopause you don't reach, they go must make take blood per you first for let them check, make sure for say not to other physical health problem them they happen to you. So how for do for like you able for sort of for control the menopause as much as you can. So most women them, as Dr. KAMARA don't talk already, part of the menopause where they go through na lack of sleep. You know they for sleep, then because you sweat so much as well, then you get the hot flushes, you know for sleep. And maybe the GP go ask say let you get more sleep, or you go advise for like you go where you go sleep at 7 o'clock. You decide for say okay then 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock for go sleep, and you try for wake up every day. You try for sleep every day 9 o'clock and wake up if not 7 o'clock every morning 7 o'clock. Now Mr. Sisebi don't talk about sleep issues as well a few sessions ago, right? But then if you think about if you get a very big family, that one they say self not get for help sometimes, because you get them picking and they come in and out, friends and they come in and out. you're not able to say, you know, go for sleep, something like they will call you, oh mom, I'm there, can't pick Musa there and all that stuff. Then they so in as much as the doctor go advise for like you sleep, but if you get so much, if you are very, very busy, sometimes it not go help at all. Now they go advise for say, let you keep your bedroom dark, quiet, but then they all again, it depends on what you want for do. What thing fits you now you go for do. For try for catch some sleep as much as possible, especially if you get for go work in the morning or you get for look after picking, you get for look after you na Kiara, you need that sleep day. As much as possible, now for try for getting a sleep day. The most important thing as well, now for the exercise. As we all know, this exercise, sleep, food, alcohol, we don't talk, it's like everything are like a puzzle. Anything what we talk now, yeah, when are the main topic, it come back to exercise, it come back to sleep, it come back to healthy diet, and all the things then they. So everything they fit. So I suppose what we try for Senaya is as much as possible when we talk about them big sick here, so for like we limit the sick, then they let it not be too much per week. We need for exercise, we need for get good sleep, we need for eat the right food them, you know, we need for talk to people. Because now they all, then things that they all, we need for socialize. We know so because of COVID now, it's very, very difficult for like we try for socialize like the what we've been there, where we all they miss. Nobody not go miss that small party or punado or whatever that get together, because it's very, very good for we all sanity self, man or woman or it's good for we all, you know. So they recommend for say for exercise because they relieve stress, it will boost your energy, mood, and sleep. Then if we exercise, not so just for go waka, where you say also for go waka at least 30 minutes at least, but if we able for lift weight, because as the menopause they go through, we they lose muscle. So that muscle they know they lose. For like we get that strength they back, we can lift weight, small, not so heavy weights, you know, just something on my way go give you that strength, that muscle strength back. You not get for go buy weights, you thin food and oats, you can use them for weight, you know, and try for do that na this part of the world as well, for try for do yoga, tai chi. But then they all now you not even get for go na group anymore. If you go na YouTube, not you know the way you want, where you know they get online for you yoga now or tai chi or mediation or now the only thing the massage no more now where at least landing other person get for do them. But then they all will do them things, then they help for like we relax and for relieve stress. So what we get for member? We get for member for say the mood where during the menopause it can mild. So what they try for say is if you not been get depression at all, past other things that they happen, maybe now go cause for like depression kind side. But in many cases, the menopause they pass. Just like how Dr. KAMARA don't talk the menopause they pass. Now transition, now change, now another life for that person day, for that woman day. And as he say, no woman not there when I will go through the menopause and past the person die early. But if you go through the life changes, the life continuum, like from baby to old age, it will go through the menopause. All we got for do is now for accept them, now for embrace them, and now for do things them we go make for sure for say yes, we appreciate with life where we don't do at the wall and waiting we don't do, right? So it's very, very rare for like person we not get a mental health problem, for like you can develop bad mental health problem due to the menopause. In many cases, now if the other way they go through stress already, we don't go through very hard life. Maybe sometimes that the menopause go create more issues for them with the mental health. And now for eat healthily, for again Dr. KAMARA, we all Fatima, where now the nutritionist always they talk for eat healthy, for try for exercise, avoid alcohol and for smoke, because then things they need all the help with, because then they go help for build self-esteem and we confident. And just like how Dr. KAMARA don't say, the menopause not just for the woman itself, but for everybody where they are around them. Sometimes that person end up being very, very nice, quiet person where they do anything for anybody. Then all of a sudden the menopause come hit them very, very hard. Some people and they not go hit them very hard. Some people and they hit them very hard. Small things if not cry, they don't cry. Small things and don't vex. So the people out there around them for support that person, they for try for understand waiting wrong, waiting make that person they behave, that woman they behave that way, they demand them. Then say self, even though with the talk, we say, oh, like Africans, and say, go marry other young woman. Yes, so they do them. But if we try to understand the man in your side as well, because if you get your for una two intimately, una two be very, very intimate, and all of a sudden that person is not interested in that intimacy there, psychologically it will affect the man himself. So now for support the man, now for fan the man self if he able for talk to a GP, because then get support services them for man them as well where they go through their own issues. Africa down the not day, but the man in Africa self, then self for try for understand for say if you see this woman here, so all term me and him we okay, then all of a sudden this they happen, they picking them including them for try for stand back and try for understand a good way they get them then session here so that they will go back to Africa. I not say all women them or all men them they will not understand about menopause, but maybe 99% of women they know or men they don't understand about the menopause. But if this year so they reach people them, they don't understand for say when the woman don't reach 45 to 50, 52, 58, something is going on, something they wrong with that woman they in body, not you need to do about willful. It can't help them. So we for help we self, help the woman, they will help the man themselves. So so if I stop there, I just want to see if we go able to get any discussion about the menopause, anybody get experience, anybody want to talk, or ask any questions. As Dr. KAMARA say, we all there so for answer question as much as we can, or if possible want to talk about in your life or anything, then the floor is open. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening.
Thank you very much, Cecilia. I'll say word online. Last week session to this week, we don't look, like I say, we don't look at the medical side, we don't look at the mental as well. So now we come up on the floor. I will go to the floor for ask for say you ask question. If you don't sabi, you can physically ace your hand up. And while they go through, if I see you hand up, I will go to you. So the first question today will take on for Auntie Victoria Mambo. I will unmute you, man. If you unmute yourself, you talk, man. There we go.
Okay, thanks. Okay. I think this question is from my little brother. Auntie Yugi, thank you for all that information, but this question is from my little bro. Where are you? Little bro, Dr. KAMARA.
Yeah, try for unmute yourself, Doc. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, you there?
I am, that's right, yeah.
Yes, you know my story. We'll not go into that.
Sure.
If you get the, I'm not going to call an early menopause, but as I say, you know my story. Will you still get it when you get to that age that you get to? Will you still get the flush, you experience the natural instincts?
Sorry, I don't get the last part.
I said, if you don't go through what I go through, as I say, you know my story.
Yeah.
At a very early age.
Yeah.
When you reach the natural age, you still go experience waiting, they say you the experience?
100%, that's right. I tell you why. I know I'm going through your story, but I go just talk up generally. See, the ovaries them, now then they for provide the hormones them and the egg them. So if you imagine somebody get, God forbid, get cancer of the uterus or cancer of the cervix, we're not common because of some viral infection, then go do hysterectomy, then take the womb away. Most of the time, because now a young person, they want for prevent them for letting not go through early menopause. At the same time, they provide way for protect and bond them. Because the woman, they get that monthly cycle, they protect the bone them. So now that they don't pull the womb, the ovary then go protect the bone them, and you go continue to feel exactly like how you feel apart from the monthly period. But then when it comes to the point where you reach where the proper menopause, they sink in, the egg them stop for produce the estrogen and the progesterone. They go through them exactly like how if the womb been there. The womb not just a storage, remember. Womb just the store, the picking, and then obviously take away the monthly period where you don't need for let you begin prepare back for the next cycle, where they come the next month. So if they take that their way, then just take the store. The actual ovary where they provide them instantly function. I make you see some woman and if they take the whole thing away, i.e., then take the ovary, then take the tube them, then take the womb away, then go advise that person if you day between 30, 35, or 40, then go advise them for make you take HRT just for EPAM for go into that period. You see, you can still get the womb. If you not get the ovary them, you not go get anything. If you get the ovary them, you not get the womb, you can still get the hormone them, they go through the body, take care of them, but then that monthly cycle no go there because what you do, the place where the picking for Sidom, day. I don't know if I did make sense.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Right. Okay. Tell me which one I know.
You say, okay, if then take everything away, I mean, I can give you HRT.
That's right.
What if HRT doesn't work? That's why I say my story.
Okay. If HRT doesn't work, then they forget some other form of therapy we then go use for help you for combat that early menopause when they happen. If you see what I did, I say. You tell me. They got all the therapy we then go use for allow that because clearly not to all man HRT fit for. Definitely because HRT some man we prone to, as I've been talking no more, some man we prone to clots, talking about the story. Some man prone to clots and all this and they clearly then go say, for take a more. But then the alternative could be something they will get for them go through, psychotherapy. They pad them, they gel them, and then the patches them where they can get as well. All anything then they call them the sexual therapists. They can approach that. They can do that. Or the GPs can get people away in a multiple disciplinary team where they can come together and hang heads and tailor make your own plan for you, your care plan. So that's the kind of thing. But clearly, the womb not just a storage organ, but the main organ where they actually make the period to take place. Now then two ovary, then they will tube them, and the ovary na the egg they come out, we come through the tube into the womb, and then the womb now na the begin they take mama born. So if they pull the womb, the ovary then still they perform the function. Now if their ovary then they don't reach the point when they're not able to do the function, i.e. the hormone they're not there again, clearly, even though the womb not there, you go begin feel the symptoms of menopause. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Is that all right?
That's okay, thank you.
Okay, we can talk personally, no problem. When you're ready.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
This is something for me, for example, we may not be even know. How come she left this last week?
You see,
I don't be know.
You see, save the best for last.
Thank you very much, Auntie Victoria. Thank you very much, Dr. Kamara. Like I mean, what I can say before, lots of things in the way at the again, we are not be done before something there beyond again, but the level of understanding not been there. Now they show and the benefits and of following we get them, so at least we be able to ask questions. So would I else again who ask questions? Let me see if there's anything on the chat. Okay. While we wait for people to ask questions, let me know feel for ask question when I ask. Now that is me. Oh yes, Mr. Mameko, yes, I don't unmute you, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. And thank you, Sirugi, for the presentation. Well understood. This question is for Dr. Kamara. I know most people when they talk about menopause. But nobody may talk the subject of andropause. Dr. Kamara make mention about that the last time we did in presentation. I just need further clarity on regard to this particular topic. Because what you actually make I ask simply because I just say women and get age bracket for them period of born or give birth. But men them, I don't say from life experience, thinking they're up to 60, 65. Even my late grandfather, he was at the age of 75. He married a very young lady, and yet still he continued to give picking. So I just want to know the medical arguments behind this. This question is for Dr. Kamara.
Thank you so much, Mr. Koma. Yes, we go back into the medical side, no problem. We will revisit psychologically, now we'll talk about. Anyway, I don't go into too much detail about the andropause, where Bokuma don't know about, as I say. The problem is the andropause, what's the andropause? My former president in Russia, andropause. the andropause, definitely, absolutely just similar to the human. Obviously, the human is such that then the cease for become, they feel like saying to woman them again. You know what I mean? That part of that psychological side, and the way we say, hey, I not go for born again, hey, my man not go want me again, I go feel bad. Now, if you turn that to the man, that's how it happens as well. Because now if you say you need for do things and for let actually feel in the demand, that's when the problem starts. So until you don't check your heart, so until you don't check your blood sugar, so until you don't check the valve in the heart, so until you don't check out the rhythm in the heart, and then go begin exhausting yourself. Wait until you don't do now used to this lifestyle where you need to do nothing much. You know what I mean? Before you matter, one thing happened to another, and then you begin to talk about angina, you begin to talk about stroke, you begin to talk about mini stroke, you begin to talk about heart attack, and then of course you begin to talk about collapsing and things. All linked in that thing way very important. Now make it nice when you reach a certain stage in your life, you find where they invite you for screening for make you do them. But the andropause similar to the human, but that no means say you no go able for born pikino. I want you to be clear about that. The human, because the hormone them way they control the egg them now progesterone and estrogen, then definitely go dry up because we can do the outside the egg day when this picking go over come when the papa in sperm can meet up with the egg and the tube for make the picking, it not go they come again. Because now when the egg not get fertilized, now make the woman they get monthly period. So in effect, when the egg come out from the womb, from the ovary, they can't down the tube, now then they meet up with the sperm, where this picking for make. And from there now, after 2-3 days, the picking in that stage, they roll into the womb and then attach to the womb through the placenta and then it begin grow. That's how it is. So imagine the egg now, when it comes to that place there, it not beat any sperm, then obviously the picking no form. So for let it prepare himself, for let it release itself the next month, you get for then share that blood they will come out. That's when you get the period. So if you not get that thing where they control that thing they done, then that's it. Now the menopause 9 begins on. So, but the papillon, the sperm itself, obviously not necessarily means say you not go able if you meet egg, you know actually able for fertilizer. No matter which the age, whether not 70 or 60. The signs and symptoms of andropause not get nothing for do with the ability for men the sperm able for fertilize the egg, the ovum. I don't know if I did make myself clear.
It makes sense, yeah.
Right. So at 75, the empire then can born. At 80, they can born actually. But whether that's ideal or not, that's a different topic. But the andropause, they affect the woman and man similarly. The only difference is that it not get much for do with the ability for actually create, or procreate, as they say in the scriptures. As they say, go forth and procreate. Well, that procreation not necessarily means say because the man they go through the andropause, it means you not go for fertilize the egg for let get picking. No, far from that. You can definitely get that. The thing we can stop that in another topic. Believe you me, the sperm where the man they produce, incest can infect himself. That can cause problem for woman, for the woman conceive, a woman get belly. Because the man in your own sperm, they infect himself. That's nothing we can talk about at a later date, believe it or not. Yeah, if you get antibodies to the man instead of self-your own sperm, it can actually stop him for impregnate the woman. And therefore, you need them for look at what makes a woman not go take belly. Because what you know, all the time that the woman and get the fault. But something then the way it can affect the man and believe you mean that the man they at fault. Now make him fine for love check. So then get different check them. But one point is that the man in your sperm cells defect himself. We then called autoimmune illnesses we get for do with the sperm itself. Now make if you go, you actually experience infertility, where forget picking and then the human not able to take in, not to the human no more than the check because people are always the point on the human. But I tell you what, we the man themselves maybe more guilty than the woman. So therefore, when you go as a family, then get for check the man as well. Check and thoroughly, because then get for find out whether not this not the only problem where you get sometimes diabetes, sometimes a heart problem, sometimes the level of the sperm so low enough for even for swim for let go give you member. So there's a lot more. We can talk on that, no problem. We'll not choose the topic, then we will talk on them. But andropause no means say the woman no go get Bẹttẹh if he and the permit up. Is that okay?
Quite understood.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, Dr. Kamara.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Koma. I will just, when I get to that stage, I will make sure say, I make a small. Like what you will give it a say. We demand them we get a greater role for play. He says something we don't witness, which we anti them and uncle them and stuff. When you begin get an auntie and uncle, we be good, they were fantastic. All of a sudden, they begin get argument before you know it. We don't see about relationship them. They find during their young days, as soon as they reach a certain age, you find out say they break up, the man go marry somebody else and stuff like that. At least we don't begin to understand. I know they say that the only cause, but we don't begin to understand some of the reasons that some of the causes we make anything they can happen. So now a lesson for we all basically that if you don't know your person for that long, all of a sudden that person they begin display or demonstrate attitudes and way you not associate them with. Most of the time, the better for we provide that person with the support way they need, or maybe seek medical advice. If you're unsure as to what's in the happen. Okay. Let me see who else. Anybody else they will ask question? Because regarding the andropause, as until it doesn't come up, we don't see a topic we more than me are interested in now, because before he mentioned about a month or so ago, before I mentioned I didn't have a clue that man self they go through their own madness. I didn't know. So really, and even with the expensive so today, I don't be no, but until the plan come out small, either way, I'll get the information. So we go convey in the week, and we'll decide whether andropause will be the next topic or not. But remember, what to be the same from the very beginning that anything we decide, not to be decision. Now, una get for steer with another for give you the guidelines as to waiting una 1 year. Now I make we can share we email with una. So just in case una want tell we say this subject of 1 year, if we get a couple of people that were interested, then yes, we will go ahead. But Mr. Koma, we will take your suggestion on board and we will discuss them. Okay, if the next topic will be andropause, I'm sure now you will be number 1 person for turn up. Yeah, so any more questions? No Shimbo.
Yeah.
I tell us how you quiet so today.
Why is people wait for ask question or maybe?
Yes, sir.
Why when we quiet when they affect you?
You know that.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes, sister, say go ahead, sir.
Yeah, now just touch on the subject we Rugi don't get a brilliant presentation on.
Yeah.
So just link on everything we don't cover ever since we started sessions here. And one thing the way obviously we don't always talk say, not for say people don't know, then here, but perhaps they just not getting knowledge even there. You understand? Up to about 1840, that was like almost 116 years between the independence. When in 1961, 1845, that's now don't get a proper understanding of what in some of them tier, then mental issues are would undergo. So those things are something way for say na SLOGM no, that's happen now. So and slowly when we get independent, say to 1970, now England now, and they even talk about how for even fund the mental health research. For beginning to talk about the Mental Health Act. So not to see where it just happen today in the standard, perhaps it will take a long time. Hopefully, sometime then see how we discuss so go bring then brainstorming and they for say, then see how we need for take into consideration so it affect we all. So just we brother abroad or sister abroad, no, it affect we all. And then small them issues that we don't mention so all. That's how I don't know. Don't be know at all. But as I say, not difficult subject, but good say, slowly wall on canal, all man get a different interest. And we all long go learn some people small usabi. Now they bring to people now we all language. Oh, hopefully, slowly, we'll break the ice, and maybe one day not a taboo subject anymore.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that we only hope for. That's the way it happened today. No, don't say it happened. Because up to the time when they get the Lunacy Act, when anybody gets any mental issue, they say it's lunatic, and a defect, they send an mental asylum.
Yeah.
They have no ideas. They have no ideas. But it takes time. So I believe sometimes this is just a starting platform, perhaps possibly to be on time again. Other people can pick them up, develop an even better than what we try to do so. Slowly say, hopefully people will benefit from it. So that's what I hope for say. I hope say until we don't get somebody now at the panel they ask questions. So I'll give chance to them because there's such a mostly enough for them to try for that. I pass you back to Mr. Facilitator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sisi. One part of the thing as well I want to stress on was waiting Dr. KAMARA said. We all deal with certain issues then differently, but they continue for till we see where you go through this phase, because it's a phase. It's not the end of not the end of your life. You still can live a normal life. Yes, something they we vital to woman. Don't miss it, but life still goes on. You get your picking, you get your picking for look after you. Your own life as well. You get your own life for enjoy. So there, we try seek the support, the help with it. We see for the struggle for hope, and also like I said before, the people where they are around people and where they go through them here, then we give them the support where they need. You don't necessarily get for ask the person and try to forget all the detail, behind everything. You just make sure you give them the support where they need. You don't need to forget all the details behind them. Okay. Auntie Fatima, you're very quiet. Welcome back. Is there anything from a nutrition perspective? Is there anything you want to add as an advice for people going through, this phase? I don't know if I'm not putting you on the spot, but if you have any advice, feel free.
Yeah. So thank you for welcoming back. It's nice to be back in the mix with everyone. So it all made me feel welcome again. But yeah, so the nutrition is really important with menopause for women specifically. As your hormone changes, the same way when you're a teenager, when you start your period, your hormones change. Now, when you're a teenager, you're more susceptible to eat bad food, so foods high in fats and, all takeaway stuff that's high in sugar, high in salt. Now, that's not to say that it's not the same for older women. They need to also take more into consideration what they're, consuming in their diet that might contribute to that hormonal imbalance, as menopause is coming on. So what do I recommend? As Auntie Rugi said, a lot of healthy eating in the sense that you're including more vegetables, more fruits inside your diet. That's a standard for everyone, but more so when you're going through menopause, as that would then balance out any, hormone imbalance. So some of the vitamins that you could take are vitamin A, calcium. Calcium is more for nervousness. So when we're talking about mental health, the nervousness, calcium can reduce nervousness in the system when they're having menopause. So that's a little bit that I can give. Obviously, if we do want to go in more detail, I can do a session on menopause and nutrition. But at the moment, let me just give that little jizz of information. But so it's really important that, you take that into consideration, and that should be your focal point, as well as taking care of your mental health, and of course going to your GP to get more information on how to manage that. But yeah.
Wow, that's super. Thank you very much for the offer. I'll mark that down. I'll remind you. Well, so we fumble them. There's another session we debut already on this same topic. This topic, the first we'll discuss, we all be no say, most of we not be understand that much about it, and we'll be no saying that until we strike a chord with all, we gladly say, it don't take effect already, and we would hope so the future session they will get on this topic, it will continue to get the same impact, because like how everybody don't say, a thing we don't know much about, and we don't culture taboo. Just imagine me go sit down before somebody, they try to tell us stuff. You know, but with man also, for example, if now that person had the expert, they be able to talk to somebody. You know, back home people are not feel that comfortable for even talk to their own company woman about certain things when they go through when I private stuff before they go prefer for suffer in silence. We pray say one day by God power, this show they will air on radio na salon. So we ask there if anybody within the panel we get influence na the local radio stations in back home, please get in touch. We try for get this for get aired na salon. We also for money. We like I said before, we know they get paid for this. But people in back home need this way more than even we now. Just imagine if we now had a struggle this much. Imagine the one them back home, we not get money for for get the right medical care and get medical attention. So yeah, if anybody gets influence in radio station back home or even TV, who will try for do please get in touch. We'll see if Cable gets this show for air to people. Okay, so we get any questions? Any further questions? Yes, ma. I've been over here, Carl. Try for unmute yourself. There we go. Yes, ma.
What you say? You know, say they come. Yeah. No. I just want to add a small thing to. I'm waiting until we'll get with Dr. KAMARA and say because I know like several people the way be say they get very early menopause, and it affects the mental health seriously. Nothing where it be say not anybody not look forward to that, especially let me say in your early 40s, you just turned 40 or you're 35, then all of a sudden you stop for CU period. You begin get worried, especially most of the time we be saying one picking you get. No matter how we young people in KC, woman the way be saying one picking and get and things like that. I not say forget one picking a blessing. If you not get anything safe now, how God maxi thing for big, but people get really, really worried about that. Where it be say like where this particular individual starts for same period, she was so distraught. Or what me go do such a look me age are so young. Now one get picky I get now the same period again. Me ear at the sweat when next come I'm not able for sleep and all that kind of thing in there. And this not about na one day also be na England happen and the other one na Africa. You can forget the right word for say to that kind of people in there. Because sometimes kind of what they would say to them, and can make like feel more worthless about themselves, and I can make like go the other way, so to say that's something that we don't do in the past. I know say we all would grow up and other things and because we not say after me particularly, I not say after 59 somebody can start to say menopause and things like that. So not be ever not say there was early menopause despite being in us. It's only what kind of this part of the world and not say early menopause. So where this particular person bring a come up, I feel in pain. I understand. As you don't get a word with her, even while I reach now, I can still call and the console and I ask and say, go for the eat well, do some exercises them and take the right vitamins and things like that. Let just help for build the immune system. So my advice to people, they make will not feel say if we get early menopause, we get for drown in we own sorrow. Help they out there. The GP then they out there for help. Other health professionals then the way it be say we can seek and talk to. If not for talk to health professional, talk to anybody in this group where you feel say they can able to give you the advice what you need, or you can able to send an email to each and every one of we, or as we number them day on the poster, just send a text message to we say can we talk? We say if you say we'll go for help. We all in England, but not missing and we all know we say for go seek help. Now I make they do this program. So I would like people to know say menopause I think we're really, really serious and they affect plenty people them as they go to certain age. So now your contribution, I don't know what we may get for give for today.
Thank you very much, Auntie. So I'll go on the panel now and if we're not getting any more questions, I'll go around the panel and I ask everybody for the last word, then we'll wrap up today. So I'll go first with Sisigugi. Which are the last word you want left?
Well, the last word, just the way I don't say, the menopause they happen, you go up into we all, but that early menopause is very, very difficulty, very sad for let somebody to go through, especially like so at least treatment day, at least support day, at least help day. If you go find a help day. Sometimes it's difficult for go talk to that doctor for say, oh, now this they happen. If you get a very good friend where you trust, when I can talk about it, like I said, when I can go for advice and go to GP and yes, so then get boku women's group them as well about the menopause, the support you can get to say you go get support. So that early menopause they is very, very difficult for anybody. Again, as Dr. KAMARA say, Africa where women not they taking alternate woman in fault. No, I don't think say that woman they go just decide no more say no one for taking. Something is not right. But how they will change that one day. So, but the normal menopause, psychologically, mentally, we get for look after ourselves. You know, we all, myself, they go through anyway, and I know what I don't go through. I know how difficult it is. You understand? Especially where you never know what's in the happen to you. You just sit down 1 minute, everything okay, then all of a sudden they feel this heat in your body, especially your face. You remember for say waiting they go on, you heart they tell like you they die. So tell like something they happen to you now, you know. But you forget that positive mindset for say it pass. So when it come, a few minutes, it pass. But now one of the worst few minutes of your time at that moment day, right? So imagine where you know nothing about 10 things that then all of a sudden one day you wake up no more. Now then things that's the happen to you all the time constantly. It's very, very, very scary. It give you heart palpitation where you don't know who side because like yes, I'd go for very long walks for men think for say la take care of myself. But truly you go still get them palpitations the day you go get all them things the day. So maybe the worry says something a heart problem I get. Now God make her go then go do me 24-hour MRI scan. Me the one member say eventually now because the member say what's wrong with me? We make her forget this heart palpitation. One day now just member say I say go be say the menopause and they cause all this. So they bring so many things then come, so many different things. You truly you until you go through now you know more naturally you go understand for say oh my goodness, you know. But if you never go through like who they talk so now pass you meet you because all people in the talk and today you they look and say now waiting the person they talk until you meet you now you know for say oh my god now I know what they talk about. So we get mentally we get for be prepared for that because if you not prepare where they meet you some people and they never give you that plenty notice sometimes you can just kind of wham. You understand? Although if you don't give you know they take that. You need to take notice of that because they feel for saying, that's something I ain't wrong with me. You understand that? Or this is they go. In the kind of mode they go, you forget about it until it begin come back slowly, right? So we got to be prepared mentally. Then, just like Fatima say, the right food and for it. You know, it's difficult at this part of the world for all things there for it. But if you still know the right thing, where the things that they happen to we, you need for sleep, you need for exercise, you need for do this, you need for do that. So all me they ask is. Let we all just be ready, prepared, young, old, wherever na the waiting na the spectrum, na the waiting for you there, the continuum of life where you there. Woman, even the man themselves for be ready for say where something happen. Let you not just see that woman this one because they behave so na this and this and this. Na something that done in the happen. So now that's what I get for saying.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sisirugi. I will take one more question from Auntie Victoria. I don't know Chima.
Okay, I think me you know tomorrow the question as a comment following from what Wugi and Isaac I don't say. And I think say some of this forum is very helpful for we that some of we women who they feel positive, we get for encourage other women them. And as I keep saying to me younger brother, I know my story. When I had my problem, go through my problem, I had all sorts of negative comments from my fellow people who I thought were friends. Or if you're not so positive, you're able to deal with them, now that's they affect your mental health seriously.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice for we women. I get comments like, okay, for some of you will fall between two tribes. Me Krio people and go tell me say, hey, and not be saying you mean the family and they with you. Or our friends and go say, Victoria, let not be say you don't keep people man on if they do so.
Good.
I had all sorts of negative comments then. If I wasn't strong, I make I say go find for we women, you know, for continue for help other women that we're not strong, you know. That's my comment.
Thank you very much, Auntie Mambu, for your contribution. And Martinez, I do on mute. I see Lipley move, but we don't hear you. Okay, I don't mute you. If you type on, there you go. There you go.
No.
Yes,
because waiting Auntie Vicky just say, that is exactly waiting the people that were Ibisi are talked to come up with. Auntie Vicky just hits on the nail. There are certain things like where Ibisi, especially at this forum, would they pick waiting, would they say? Those were their thoughts. Now somebody in man I keep. Now something I don't do post this person don't do me this. Waiting I don't do a person I meet the happen to. No. I want people to understand say we all body different. Everybody in body different. We mechanism inside we are different. We all not different people them. So if people they can understand that they better, because I'm not picking at the age of 7 don't pull Bobby. That means they grow very, very quick. But the same thing to menopause. You understand what I mean? So it can be for people they can get an early menopause or a late menopause or on the right time menopause. God knows which is the right time. So now they say, as Auntie Vicky don't say, we just go for the day as women them. We go for the day for each other. If somebody they go through something, instead of we sit down, they laugh or make comments behind their back, let we at least talk to them and help them see them through the pain where they go through. That's all I will say. That's my own last word to my family. We go for help each other, especially the salon community. Now we for talk. Now we talk positive. Positive, not the word. It's a way forward. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, no, the one thing is, I go for maybe get which man and which woman organization as a salon. When they begin sue people for unnecessarily blame people and faulting.
Truly.
But then, you know, like a good business plan, you don't give me, so I will think about it.
Good business plan,
and I just want to say something. One day not sabi which man, but sabi which woman them. Which woman them. No which man, no day. All now which woman. Na lie?
Thank you very much.
Then the next thing, that in a poop man don't keep. I make this up. So,
I get the organization, then all will get lawyer, will begin sue people. Any false accusation, they sue. Dr. KAMARA, wait, you get any last word for people there?
Yes, you see, I'm so glad to see my big sis, Miss KAMARA, Miss Shaka. This now exactly what we from this thing for, because we want. See, waiting with what they call support group. Now we just do so. It's so good that if people in the back home, clearly then they go up for let we actually try for get people in for understanding. I tell you what, all the things then they say na so thing and they happen the supernatural, you know, and all the things they cause them. If find let we people in Yeri, now make a the big do ya, my sister them, my brother them. If we not get any way, if we not get connection, if we not get any way, we'll go able to get people that are more interested in that topic here. You know, for let them can join me, even if for that 1 hour no more, at least make them gain something. Because with me, I talk this. If you get knowledge of this thing now, imagine you get your girl picking that you begin teach them for expect this thing for happen. Just like how we talk about say, I mean, I don't see picking a free tongue. You know, maybe at the age of 14, he come on by a period, you don't know nothing, and nobody don't prepare them. He did they feel this pain. All people then see na that mark na the bottom part. You know, they see this blood. Nobody say, hey, wait, all man begin scared. And they picking the wrong leg, say then cut it. Yes, sir. Because nobody not prepare them. If you see the embarrassment, unbelievable. I remember this, my late mama, Nanga Bully speaking, bring and come, talk to them, give them a change of, you know, underwear, you know, and teach them waiting for expecting how this is. Just imagine that. So if you don't prepare this person for this thing, clearly when it happens, you know how to approach them. And I make can say a problem shared is a problem halved. If we don't know saying that this thing we expect, clearly now we get for try and break this taboo. If we begin to talk about this thing, clearly we get, as I say, we anti them, then therefore go through that. we mama then get for go through her. Well, I don't talk, so until you not get this talk with your mama. Well, clearly the mama gets sister then. You understand? The mama gets big one then. No questions about that. And the mama get picking then, girl picking then. So clearly, one way or the other, you must help somebody for prepare them. And if you don't begin this thing, like how we talk as well, you see, look how my sister, they tell you, they say, na person mind don't go keep, na this, na that, na so person, you know, all them thing then they. Now, when in actual fact, na natural something they go on. Do you know what I mean? You don't know how that thing they bad when if you now get weak mind or sometimes you don't get small anxiety problems, sometimes you don't get small mental health problems. That's it. It just puts you down. That's the end of it. Next thing you realize, some man go begin taking life off. So all them thing here, they're also intertwined. I can talk all day long about this thing. It's not the passion for let we able to get people for understand. Say, I tell you what, behind any of them thing here, there's a reason. And we need for come together. So if we get any way, forget this thing to a higher level, we'll go forget one way or the other. Even if that 1 hour, they give you radio station or radio time or air time or whatever. In nights for little people and nobody here. Because we go help a lot more. Than the way they grow, than the way don't pass now, than the way they get for come. If we forget that, as I say, we could definitely make a difference. We make a big, big impact in people's life. Thank you so much, but this is a very, very important subject we know to pay attention to. But when we talk about the manual, then you will see what's in the gun.
I can't wait. Thank you very much, Doc. I will ask Auntie Fatima, then I'll come to Mr. Sise, then we go wrap up. We'll get less than 10 minutes. So, Auntie Fatima, you go first, man. Any last word for the people there?
Yeah, so as mentioned before, balance is key in the way you eat. In order to get your body into balance, into a good balance, I think it's just wonderful how the body works as well. The fact that, you know, as you are a young woman and you start your period, that's the kind of, you know, you've got symptoms there when you start your period in the sense of what's happening in your mood swing. And it's also fascinating that it happens when you're a lot older and you have menopause. So what I say is just look after your body, make sure that you balance everything well, consult the right people. That's my roundup on today's session. And well done, Auntie Rugi, for going through the mental side of things, as that's very important. As we've seen, a lot of people don't know that there's that support network for everyone within the family, or, you know, specifically woman to woman as well. So thank you for giving the women that support and knowing that is there. So that's
Thank
all.
You very much, Auntie Fatima. We look forward to your session. Me for one, I look forward. I can't wait. Yeah, and Doctor. Yeah, Mr. Sise, I see a smile. You there on mute.
Yeah, don't do it. Yes.
There you go.
Yes, me now only three things the number one just say. Obviously, basically all the members of the panel don't cover you know, obviously we have family support. We're very, very important, because not just that individual where they go through a problem. We all for deal with the person. You know, like we try for fitting like that, saying we'll say now one woman is born picking, but it take a whole village for men to picking. So where that woman is not big, they'll come back together as a whole family for support her where they go through the processes here. And longer for understanding back, say, then tea are like a phase in life. Yes, some people are unfortunate, say it can't too early for them. Obviously, they go through the mental stages, the mental traumas, and they all into when I face in life, not anything negative like what the antification that's where you know they begin give down and there's some negative connotation. We obviously got affect them, you know, mentally, and you know, it just go down the opposite way, completely opposite way. So for me, take home message for me now. I said, please, don't understand. Say this is not a problem for we all. That way we'll see our person will be small, we'll give that family support. Take to the stage, as I say, now be nice person, all of a sudden don't get the change. As you don't get the change, not get for understand, say, oh, not saying that this person be, and so this person be. Probably not something they go to, we will certainly understand. But slowly, all the try to break the cycle, so not for no saying that family support, and Lord, we know the right words then for use, for encourage that person there. Don't use the negative word that they would use to that person there. You know, like the message is the way Auntie Vicky just don't mention what's the self-destination there. You know, those are things we not like an easy thing for us, but know the impact what it costs to the individual, what they see and through. So perhaps, then platform here, they give people the opportunity to say, look, we need for learn for telling people the right words, then, give them that hope and believe, say, yes, not anything bad, now phase in life, now stages that we all get for go through. And we demand there, we there for support to sister there, woman there, woman there. So that's an important message for me now. Thank you very much. On my motto.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like say you phone will get COVID back, but thank God he recover. Yes. Thank you very much to Sisirugi. It was a brilliant session, and as you see by the conversation, people enjoy them and people don't learn a lot. And to the rest of the panel, Dr. Kamara, Auntie Fatima, Auntie Aisata, and Mr. Ibrahim, thank you very, very much. And to all my people, my family, we don't tune in from right across the UK, the Middle East, the US, back home, Freetown, Sierra Leone. We tell you now all plenty thank you. And we hope so we'll soon again in 2 weeks. Till we meet again, my name is Natemu John Fuller and the Salon Organization of Greater Manchester, and they bring this program to on all stay well. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night and good night.
Good night.